Hello, my name is Alan Ralston. I was a high school principal, also an elementary principal, and a school superintendent in the state of Minnesota from 1999 up until 2014. And during that time, one of the processes that took place every March was decisions on what would be cut or set aside so that we could make and balance a budget. And the unfortunate thing is that oftentimes we were always laying off staff because that would seem to be the easiest one to do, when in fact if we had used the right tools we might have been able to find ways of finding money inside the budget by essentially sealing up some holes that had been created by the system. And I have seen this particular tool, and I was actually introduced to it after I had retired by a young man where I was at a meeting, and he showed me what had been done with the public school in North Dakota. And later I found out, actually in the last year or so, that they've also done studies of the funding and also the budgets inside the Minnesota public schools. And that is, as we all know, for those of us that have been in Minnesota, that's a very, very extensive and complicated system. However, finding about a 99.2% gain for districts that have gone through this process, that can be pretty significant when you're looking at a $12 million budget or more. And I would recommend all school administrators who are involved with that process of finding money that you take a look at it. I know in my last district I had served explaining to my school board the discrepancies and problems I saw in our transportation budget might have eased some of the pressure that I was feeling, because people just could not see it through the various tools like audits. And audits don't really show you where the holes are. They just show where you've made and done exactly what statute says that you are supposed to do. Well, anyone that is interested in this should definitely look at the Profit Pros platform. It's going to be offered, I'm sure, in the state of North Dakota and Minnesota through the co-op system. And it is worth a really close look, and it's worth the money that it costs to use it, because you'll save far more by using that one than you will by doing anything else like cutting staff, although that may be necessary.